Hey everyone, my name's Abby and welcome to Brown and Bougie, the podcast about me, a brown girl living in a bougie world.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Brown and Bougie. Today I'm going to talk about a topic which to many people is quite sensitive. You could have experienced it, you could be the person who's commented on this or whatever it is, but I thought today I'll talk about body image. I know you're going to probably roll your eyes and think, okay, she's just going to go on about what the normal thing that everyone says, you should love yourself and you should appreciate yourself and things like that. And to be very honest, I am. But more than anything, I'm going to talk about how body image is such a massive issue when it comes to the people within the brown society. Growing up, my personal experience I'm going to talk about here is I was quite the chubby person. I would say that I used to call myself fat. I used to call myself all these negative things. And it was kind of also stemmed among the people I was around. People used to say to me, you could lose weight a bit. And, why don't you go to the gym? And why don't you work out? Why are you eating this cake? Or why are you doing? And people used to ask me that. And obviously growing up, I didn't really take it into consideration. But it was when I kind of hit, I want to say about 15 years old, when it really started affecting me, like the way people were speaking to me about the way I look. So at high school, I went to an all-girls school and everyone around me, for me, was, skinny and beautiful and whatever it was. So kind of it drilled into my head that, because I'm supposedly fat, I didn't deserve to be happy and no person would want to be friends with me or no guy would like me or things like that. That's how I used to think. And I know that's bad. Thinking about it now, I really wish that someone told me that no, actually, you are very beautiful the way you are and it's not about the way you look. And I wish someone told me that because I spent a very long time in my life, and I want to say up to about my early 20s, where I kind of sat thinking I'm fat and I'm not worthy of happiness and no guy is going to like me and things like that. And it was sad. It's really, really sad. And it's just the way I felt. And I'm going to be honest. And it's shit. It's just not fun, right? To feel that, you should look a specific way to be able to fall in love with someone, or you should look a specific way to get a job and like random things like that. Like I know that my family, my uncle, I had a party like 2 weeks ago at my house and one of my uncles said to me, he said, oh yeah, don't eat that piece of cake because you're going to put some weight on. And I was literally so shocked by the fact that he said this and it really hurt. But the thing is, this is the thing, because brown people feel like it's right to just comment on things that it's not even relevant to you. Do you know what I mean? Like the number of times someone in the older generation will say to me that, why are you wearing this? Oh, this sari doesn't look nice on you because you're a bit fat. And I know they don't mean it in a manipulative way or like a rude, offensive way, but that's how it comes across. It's one of those things where I always think to myself that actually you should be comfortable in your own body. And yes, you should love yourself and you should appreciate the way you are and everything. And I completely agree with that. I've mentioned this before that for me, if you don't like something about your life, change it because you have the ability to change it. Right? So it was one of those things where growing up, I realized that I did feel uncomfortable in my skin. I did feel like I was fat. Maybe it was because people told me I was. Maybe it was because I generally felt like I had to improve something about myself. And so I started going to the gym. I started working out. I was excessively going to the gym. I would, stick to a really strong diet regime. And I started losing weight. And all of a sudden, everyone was like, yeah, look, you've lost weight. You look really good, but you can still lose weight here. And it was like, it's like sometimes don't you feel that you can never please the older generation? Like no matter what you do, don't you feel that you could literally do everything and anything, and for them, you could just never please them. Like, I feel like that sometimes, and I'm sure you do too. But it was one of those things where I'm working so hard it's not for them. Obviously, it's not for them. But it was like, I'm working so hard on my weight, and it's really hard to lose weight. It's freaking hard. And if you have ever tried to, go to the gym, lose weight, do whatever you need to do, or even put weight on, okay? I will come to the opposite side, but even to do those things, it's so hard. But it's like they seem to just always be like, oh no, it's not enough. And I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to be rude, mate, but honestly, you're not in the best shape either. Okay, I'm sorry, but how many like brown uncles have massive bellies because they've been drinking excessive beer, and how many aunties like look, and I'm like, I'm not saying anything about you, so you have no right to say anything about me. Like, it's different if you say to me that, oh, you're fat and therefore, you know, because you're unhealthy, that's why you're fat. That is different. If I was severely obese because I was excessively eating junk food and things like that, then okay, fine, you have a point in what you're saying because you're actually trying to look out for my health and well-being. That is okay. But just because I specifically look supposedly fat and you think that, oh, no guy's going to want me and no person is going to want to be friends with me, that doesn't make it right. That does not make it right for you to make those comments. I'm sorry, but that is not okay. And I've got to a point where now I just ignore it. I just ignore it because I'm like, I feel like I deserve better. I work so hard to look the way I look, and therefore I'm going to treat myself. If I want that piece of cake, mate, I'm going to have it. And I do not care. Literally, the uncle said to me, he was like, oh, don't eat that piece of cake. And do you know what I did? I ate the freaking piece of cake, okay? Because it's my body and I know what I'm doing, okay? Do not tell me that this is going to poison my body and this is not. Don't tell me that, because that's not fair. It's like you can never win with them. I'm honestly being serious. You can't win with them. It's like, oh, you're too fat or you're too skinny. Oh, you need to put some weight on. I'm like, so what do you want me to be? What do you want me to be? You want me to be like super slim and super tall? And that's not how my body is. I'm not fat. I am thick and curvy and I'm sexy in my own way. And if you have a problem with it, mate, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. And I can't do anything about it if I can't, please you. But honestly, I do not care about your opinion. As far as I'm concerned, my parents' opinion mattered to me. And if my parents honestly said that, you could lose some weight, whatever, stuff like that, and that was because they're looking out for my well-being, I will take that. Do you know what I mean? It's very annoying. As you can see, I'm very pissed about the situation. It is very frustrating because they don't get how hard it is and they don't get how much it hurts when someone tells you that you are fat. It is not a fun thing to hear. So the thing is, like, it does hurt. It hurts a lot when someone tells you you're fat. And I'm sure that if you are a skinny person, supposedly, and people have told you that you need to put weight on, and I'm sure it hurts. And it's not fair. It's not fair. As you can tell, I'm very angry and very pissed about the situation, but it hurts. Like the number of times that I was, say, like in my late teens, and I used to come home and cry. I used to cry that someone told me that. And this is the thing, because I'm sure they don't say it in a bad way, but who are you to say that? Like, how dare you tell me that I'm fat? You're telling me that I don't look good? Like, you might as well just call me ugly. It's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, according to them, they don't think it as an offensive thing, which is the reason why I think they do it. But it's like, why don't you ever think that, it hurts someone? Like, don't you think that that person has feelings? And the worst bit is, I always think this, that I feel like the older generation, we respect them so much that we would never talk back to them. And I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but because we don't talk back to them, they think it's okay and they get away with what they say, And I was like, if I told you that I think you're stupid for saying the things that you're saying to me and what you said actually really hurt, then you would never say it ever again. And I was like, this generation is so good to the older generation because we respect them. We'll never say anything back because, I don't want to hurt you. And if anything, I'm like, I want to protect my parents, because what they will do is if I spoke back to another auntie and uncle or whatever, they will be like, oh yeah, her mum and dad are like this. And they'll criticize my parents, and I'd never want that happening, right? So it's a weird cycle, and it's just like a never ending thing. But at the end of the day, I really wish, if anything, that our generation don't ever do that we accuse someone of being fat or skinny or criticize them and things like that. But I would like to say that I think this generation, especially due to social media, this is where I would give social media all the credit, that actually it does, things like looking at people who are, for me, like looking at people like Ashley Graham and like things like that, who are thick and curvy and proud of who they are, that inspires me to be a better person. And as far as I'm concerned, the reason why I go to the gym, it's not for other people, it's for me, because until I feel comfortable in my own skin and in my own body, I'm going to work out as much as I need to. I'm going to be on a diet as much as I need to. But having said that, I'm allowed to treat myself. I'm allowed to have that piece of cake because I want it. I'm only human, and that's okay. So until I get where I want to be, I guess I will do what I need to do. So yeah, to all the aunties and uncles who have ever said anything to someone for being supposedly fat or supposedly skinny, please think before you speak, but it does hurt us because we have emotions too. On a lighter note, I know I've been ranting a lot, but I suppose I just really wanted to say that honestly, the aim of life should really be to be comfortable with your life, whether that be comfortable in your own skin, your own personality, your heart, your mind, or whatever it is. Like I said, if you are not comfortable with the way you are, the way you look, you have one life and live it. So make sure that you do what you want to do with your body because it's yours, right? Don't listen to what people say because they have no idea what is going on inside you. They have no idea. And if it makes you feel better to bulk up and lose weight or gain weight or whatever it is, do it. If you want to feel good about yourself, I'm telling you, things like the way you look honestly matter. Like I will always say to people, if I don't feel comfortable when I leave the house, I'm not even going to bother. Because for me, the minute I don't feel good with myself, my personality doesn't change, but my mood drops, my confidence lacks and things like that. And I don't like feeling that way, right? So always feel comfortable in your skin, and everyone is always going to comment on it, whether that be good, bad, whatever. But keep the positive vibes there and take out the negative because you deserve better than that. And always remember, like I've seen so many people who tell me that, you know, they're losing weight because their partner likes it, or they're gaining weight because, you know, their girlfriend likes it, or whatever it is. But honestly, relationships like that, as far as I'm concerned, they don't last because looks are temporary. Like, think about it. I'm sure you, like, say even 5 years ago, I'm sure you look different. Pick up a picture now from 5 years ago, and I promise you look different. Every single day, every single year, we always look different in some kind of way. It might not always be obvious and stuff, but looks are temporary. So the thing is, if someone is telling you that, you know, they're only going to be with you if you look a specific way, you deserve better than that. Honestly, I'm telling you that. And I can't really say anything because I'm not in a relationship now. I'm very single, but either way, from things I've seen, from relationships I've even been in, I will 100% tell you that looks are such a temporary thing. And if someone wants to be with you if someone is only going to be with you because you have to look a specific kind of way, you deserve better than that. And I promise you that. I would probably just say that's I don't want to say my piece of advice, not like I'm really expert, but you know, whatever. But always remember, you're worth the fight, and that's really what I had to say, to be honest. Okay, so it is time for my my tune of the day. For those who still are trying to figure out what that even means, just thought I'd let you know. So today I'm gonna do a Hindi song, which is, well, it's kind of like a Hindi song with like an English remix thing, and it's called Woofer. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm more than sure I'm not. But it's like a collaboration between a couple of Hindi artists, Snoop Dogg and a couple of other people. So it's kind of like a mass track with like loads of people on it. But it's one of those like really catchy songs where I have heard this song at every reception I've gone to, like every reception I've gone to. So it's one of those like bangers that you just literally want to blast and things like that. Because I kind of wanted to lighten up the mood for this podcast. I feel like it was a bit too serious. So yeah, it's just literally one of those songs which I just really like, has a really good beat. So if you are listening to it on your headphones, in the car, whatever it is, definitely turn the bass up. Is one of those bangers. So I hope you enjoy it. And that is my tune of the day. Thanks again. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my SoundCloud channel, and also follow me on Instagram at brownandbougie__. I hope you all have a great day wherever you are. I'm sending all the love, all the positive vibes, and stay smiling, stay you, and don't forget to tune in next time. See you soon. Bye.
Let the rest of the people in.
It still ain't nothing but a G thing. G thing. I jumped out the car, let the beat bang.
ਵੱਜਦਾ ਵੂਫਰ ਗੱਡੀ ਚ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਠਮਕ ਗਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੀ ਆਣ ਬੂਹੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੜ ਜਾਵੇਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੂਫਰ ਗੱਡੀ ਚ Zeus you got what I want is what you got ਆਣ ਬੂਹੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੜ ਜਾਵੇਂ big up we got Snoop Dogg in the house ਵੱਜਦਾ ਵੂਫਰ ਗੱਡੀ ਚ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਠਮਕ ਗੱਡੀ
Say what?
ਸਾਰੀ ਆਣ ਬੂਹੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੜ ਜਾਵੇਂ
I told you motherfuckers that I just can't stop. I jumped out the car, let the beat bang. It still ain't nothing but a G thing. With that heat, man, I stand tall. Homie got a pocket, get your man, dawg. Your girl in love with a crib, cuz. I seen her on a pole at a strip club. Scooping up money in a trash bag. Long weed, ass fat. All on a nigga tip. Drip, drop, drop, drip. Look at these hoes all over a pimp. My system thump, woofers not. Pocket full of money like I'm working a block. I told you motherfuckers that I just can't stop. You punch the clock. See, I just aim and pop and set up shop until I make the beat go bop.
What you got, you know what to do, cause you drop it like it's hot. Everybody knows it's a Zeus in the spot. Living east and west, so the food for the smoking on my vape, piling up my paper. That's right. Smoking on that vape, stacking up that paper.
It still ain't nothing but a G thing.
जगवाल कुड़े पट्टे हाथ तेरी दिलदारी ऊपर गड्डी च पैंदी थमक गली विच सारी आण बूहे विच खड़ी जावे तेरी मित्रां दे नाल यारी ऊपर गड्डी च
You got what I want is what you got.
आण बूहे विच खड़ी जावे
You know what to do, cause you drop it like it's hot.